about Snow White but shorter. Long time ago, when the snowflakes fell like feathers, the queen sat sewing at the window. He pricked her finger on a needle so that 3 drops of blood fell upon snow. How pretty her red blood looked grazing on the whiteness. The queen said, "Oh, if only I have a child with skin as white as snow, and lips as red as blood, and hair as black as the ebony window." In spring, he had a child who was just as she had imagined. Everyone called her Snow White. But sadly, the good queen died, and the king married a new queen whose heart was evil. Those wicked queen had a magical window. When she talked and gazed into it, she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And when the mirror replied, "O queen, art the fairest of them all," her vain heart rejoiced. Snow White grew more and more beautiful with every passing year. At last the time came when the mirror said, "O queen, if true to be told, Snow White is fairest now she is 19 years old." And the queen almost smashed the mirror in a rage. The next morning she summoned the hunter to give his order. "Take Snow White out. Don't bother to bring back any but her heart." The hunter led Snow White to wood, where taking pity on her innocent heart, he told her to run and hide. She ran and ran, cutting herself on flames. Meanwhile, the hunter returned to the queen with heart of tears. Snow White, Snow White and the hunter Snow White fled until he came upon a cottage in the middle of the wood. The door was open. She went inside and saw that the furniture was child's-size. He curled up on one of the 7 little beds and fell asleep. The owner of the cottage was 7 dwarfs, who spent a day mining for gold in the heart of the mountain. When they came home that night, they lit their 7 candles and saw that an uninvited visitor was sleeping in one of their 7 beds. "Oh my, what a pretty girl!" one of them exclaimed. "Shh!" ordered another. "Don't wake up her." "Where shall we sleep?" asked the third. "She's taken my bed." "Well," said the truth, "there are 7 hours in the night, so every hour one of us must get out of the bed and take a turn at sleeping in a chair." And they all agreed that was only fair. When the sun rose, Snow White awoke. How frightened she was when she saw the 7 dwarfs, but they were friendly. They asked her name. "Snow White," she replied. The eldest dwarf said, "Whoa, now, Snow White, if you two will take care of our house, then you may live here." And Snow White agreed with all her heart. Every morning 7 dwarfs went out to the mountain, and Snow White stayed at home, cook and keep the house. Meanwhile, the queen asked her mirror, "Who is the fairest of all?" And the mirror answered, "O Lady Queen, tall fair will be. Snow White is fair, far to see, over the hills and far away. She lives with 7 dwarfs today." "Liar!" screeched the queen in her rage. But soon she realized that that the hunter must have tricked her. Snow White and Apple. She decided to dress herself like an old peddler woman, and in this disguise, she visited the Draw's cottage, and knocked at their doors, crying, "Pretty thing, very cheap, very cheap." Snow White peeped from the window and said, "Good day, good woman. What are your wares?" "All sorts of pretty things, my dear." "Thank you, thank you. Your scarves and lace were indeed pretty, but I will not buy any today." "It's a pity," said the old woman, "but never mind. I will give you this apple, and perhaps you shall remember me another time." The peddler woman took a bite of green slice of apple and handed the rest through the window. Snow White thanked the old woman and bit another fruit. Little did she realize that the Witch Queen had poisoned the rosy side of the apple, the part that Snow White would swallow. That night, when the Dwarfs came home, they found Snow White lying upon the floor. No breath came out her lips. They sat down around her and wept for, for 3 whole days. Then they made a coffin of shining glass, laid her in it, and placed her on the top of the mountain. It happened that a prince out hunting came across the glass coffin. He was very much taken by the poor girls who lay still inside it, and he thought she must be a statue left there by ancients. He ordered his servants to pick up an unusual object and carry it home. In doing so, one of them stumbled, and the glass box fell to the ground. It shook terribly, and the piece of poisonous apple which had lodged in Snow White's throat came out, so that he opened her eyes alive once more. Snow White and the prince were soon wed. They and 7 dwarfs lived long and happy life, while the Witch Queen was very mad with envy, for her could never be the fairest of all. And that was the story of Snow White, as told by me, Coy, at storynori.com.